Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're shining the spotlight on one coin that looks ordinary to most people but can hide extraordinary value: the United States of America $quarter coin from 1966, a true treasure waiting to be discovered by sharp-eyed collectors. This quarter comes from a period of transformation in American coinage, a time when the country had just shifted away from silver coins, making 1966 a fascinating year in the history of U.S. currency and an important milestone for collectors who appreciate coins. From transitional eras, millions of these quarters were released into circulation, but the charm of the 1966 issue lies in the fact that despite its high mintage, certain rare varieties and mistakes from this year have become incredibly valuable, turning everyday pocket change into potential treasure. When you study the obverse of the coin, you'll notice the strong and confident profile of George Washington, a design that has remained iconic for generations, and well-preserved 1966 quarters show crisp details that reveal the skill and precision of the engravers who produced them. The reverse side proudly displays the majestic eagle with outstretched wings, a powerful symbol of freedom and strength. And when this design appears clean, bold, and fully struck, collectors immediately take notice because sharpness adds tremendous appeal to the coin. But what truly sends excitement through the numismatic community are the rare minting errors that slipped through the presses in 1966, each one accidentally created, yet capable of turning a simple clad quarter into a collector's dream worth hunting for. One of the most dramatic and highly prized errors is the struck-on silver variety, because even though quarters officially transitioned to clad composition in 1965, a few leftover silver planchets were mistakenly used. And these rare silver strikes are among the most valuable discoveries linked to this year. Another thrilling rarity is the doubled die error, where the lettering, or details, on the coin appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process, and this distinctive doubling makes these coins instantly valuable and extremely desirable to collectors. Off-center strike errors from 1966 are also incredibly popular because the design shifts noticeably to one side, creating a bold and eye-catching mistake that stands out immediately and adds huge appeal to collectors who love unusual minting accidents. There are also quarters from this year that show missing clad layers, where the outer nickel layer peels or fails to bond properly, leaving a copper-colored surface that looks dramatically different from a normal coin and often becomes a rare and valuable piece. Some coins from 1966 feature broad strike errors, where the collar that normally holds the coin in place during minting fails, causing the quarter to spread outward and lose its typical rim, creating a wider and strikingly unusual appearance. Another extremely exciting collectible is the die crack error, where raised lines stretch across the coin due to fractures in the minting die, and these cracks form fascinating patterns that make each era coin unique and visually intriguing. Collectors also search for rotated die errors, where the reverse design is misaligned when compared to the obverse, and even a slight rotation can turn a regular 1966 quarter into a rare and sought-after treasure, even without dramatic errors. High-grade 1966 quarters are surprisingly difficult to find because most spent years in circulation, meaning that examples with full luster, sharp details, and minimal wear are considered exceptional and highly collectible. The difference between a worn quarter and a mint-state quarter from 1966 can be enormous, and graded examples with bright surfaces, clean fields, and strong strikes often stand out as showpieces in any coin collection. Auction houses and private collectors have paid remarkable prices for the finest specimens from this year, especially those with rare mint errors, and these impressive sales continue to fuel the excitement around the 1966 quarter. For numismatists, this coin represents a thrilling combination of history, rarity, and mystery, because the possibility of finding silver strikes, off-center errors, missing clad layers, or doubled designs makes every 1966 quarter worth examining carefully. Collectors often enjoy the thrill of inspecting these coins under magnification, searching for unusual markings or subtle mistakes, and The joy of finding something rare among ordinary change is one of the most exciting moments in the world of coin collecting, so if you ever come across a 1966 United States quarter, don't rush past it. Instead, take your time, study every detail, and appreciate what could be a hidden treasure waiting to reveal its true value through sharp eyes and careful inspection. And now comes the moment collectors always wait for. Because the rarest and most exceptional 1966 quarter-dollar coins with dramatic errors or perfect condition have reached an astounding value of $150,000. Second rare coin, we're exploring one of the most intriguing modern treasures in American pocket change, the United States of America quarter-dollar coin from 1971, a coin that looks ordinary to many people but hides incredible secrets that collectors absolutely love. The year 1971 was a remarkable time in American history, a period of shifting styles, political changes, and economic transformation, and the coins produced during this era carry a unique charm that reflects the spirit of the early 70s in every detail. The 1971 quarter might seem like an everyday coin, but once collectors take a closer look, they quickly realize that this year offers some of the most fascinating and valuable minting errors ever discovered in the Washington Quarter series. On the obverse of the coin, you'll see the familiar and stately portrait of George Washington. And well-preserved examples from 1971 show incredible sharpness in the hair, face, and lettering, giving collectors a glimpse of beautiful craftsmanship that shines when the coin is in high grade. The reverse displays the powerful eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and perched on an olive branch, a design that symbolizes America's strength and peaceful intentions, and collectors admire how the details on this classic design stand out when the coin is clean and fully struck. But what truly elevates the 1971 quarter from common change to a collector's dream is the exciting list of errors and unique varieties that accidentally appeared during production, making some of these coins worth far more than their face value. One of the most exciting and valuable errors tied to this year is the wrong planchet strike, where the quarter was mistakenly minted on a planchet intended for a dime or other denomination, resulting in a lighter, thinner, or strangely colored coin that collectors instantly recognize as rare. Another thrilling variety is the double die error, where parts of the design appear double due to a misalignment during the minting process. And this dramatic effect makes the coin incredibly desirable because doubled letters and numbers stand out clearly under magnification. Off-center strikes from 1971 are also extremely sought after, especially when the design shifts far enough to create a large blank crescent on the edge. And these visually striking errors are some of the most popular among both new and experienced collectors. There are also 1971 quarters that show die cracks, thin raised lines formed when the minting die begins to fracture, and these cracks create unique patterns that make each coin one of a kind, adding artistic character and collector value. One of the most eye-catching errors from this year is the missing clad layer mistake, where part of the nickel coating separates or fails to bond, leaving exposed copper that gives the coin a dramatically different appearance and makes it instantly stand out. Collectors also look for broad strike errors from 1971, where the coin expands outward because the collar holding it in place during minting failed, creating a wider, flatter shape that is both unusual and incredibly collectible. Another fascinating collectible is the rotated die error, where the reverse design is not perfectly aligned with the obverse, and even a moderate degree of rotation can turn a normal-looking quarter into a surprisingly valuable rarity. Even without dramatic errors, high-grade examples of the 1971 quarter are surprisingly difficult to find, because these coins circulated heavily for decades, making well-preserved specimens with full luster and minimal scratches extremely appealing to collectors today. Coins from this year that still shine with original mint brightness are especially treasured, because finding a 1971 quarter that looks nearly untouched by time is like discovering a little piece of history frozen in perfect condition. Professional grading services have highlighted how big the value jump can be between a circulated example and a mint-state gem, and this motivates collectors to inspect every detail of their 1971 quarters with great care and excitement. Auction results over the years have demonstrated just how valuable the rarities of this year can be, with incredible prices paid for dramatic minting mistakes and top-grade examples. keeping the 1971 quarter alive in the spotlight among coin enthusiasts. For collectors, this coin represents a perfect blend of nostalgia, artistry, and mystery, making it one of the most enjoyable modern quarters to search for in rolls, collections, or even pocket change because you never know what rare surprise you might uncover. The thrill of examining every edge, every letter, and every shine of a 1971 quarter keeps coin lovers coming back again and again, hoping to spot that hidden error or perfectly preserved treasure that transforms an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. So if you ever come across a 1971 United States quarter, don't overlook it. Instead, pause and inspect it carefully, because it may carry rare details or powerful minting errors that make it far more special and valuable than anyone would ever expect. And now for the moment collectors love to hear, because the rarest and most exceptional 1971 $quarter coins with dramatic errors or perfect mint state condition have reached an astonishing value of $90,000. Third expensive coin, we're diving into one of the most surprising modern treasures in American currency, the United States of America $quarter coin from 1988D, a coin that blends everyday familiarity with the thrilling possibility of incredible value. While millions of these quarters were minted, the 1988D issue has become especially interesting to collectors because of its production quirks, its unique errors, and the rare high-grade examples that are becoming more difficult to find as time goes on. This coin was minted in Denver during a time when the United States was experiencing cultural changes, technological growth, and economic shifts, and every 1988D quarter carries a snapshot of that late 80s energy and identity. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington. But collectors know that the 1988D quarter can show very sharp details when well preserved, especially in the hair and facial features that glow under good lighting when the coin is in top condition. The reverse side displays the majestic eagle with wings stretched wide, perched proudly on a bundle of arrows, and this classic design, which had served the country for decades, is beloved by numismatists who appreciate its strong symbolism and elegant lines. But what truly brings excitement to the 1988D quarter are the hidden treasure-level errors that slip through the minting process. And some of these mistakes have transformed ordinary circulation coins into extremely valuable and desirable collector pieces. One of the most sought-after errors is the off-center strike, where the design is shifted noticeably to one side, leaving a blank crescent of metal, and the more dramatic the shift, the more rare and valuable the coin becomes. Collectors also search eagerly for the double-die varieties from this year, where letters, numbers, or small design elements appear double due to misalignment during minting, and these double details make the coin instantly stand out under magnification. Another thrilling rarity is the missing clad layer error, where the nickel-clad surface fails to bond properly, exposing the copper beneath and giving the coin a dramatic two-tone appearance that collectors absolutely love to find. Die crack errors are another fan favorite among collectors of 1988D quarters, as thin raised lines stretch across the surface of the coin, created by fractures in the minting dies, and each of these cracks forms a one-of-a-kind pattern unique to that specific coin. One very special type of collectible from this year is the broad strike error, where the coin expands wider than normal due to a failure in the collar during minting, giving the quarter a bold, flattened look that instantly catches attention. Even more impressive is the wrong planchet strike, a rare accident where the quarter was mistakenly minted on a planchet meant for another denomination or foreign coin. And these pieces are incredibly valuable due to their extreme rarity and unusual appearance. Even without errors, high-grade examples of the 1988D quarter are surprisingly challenging to find today, because most of these coins saw heavy circulation for decades, leaving few with that bright mint luster collectors desire. When a 1988D quarter appears with sharp strike details, clean fields, and a strong, shiny surface, it becomes a standout piece that collectors quickly recognize as something worth holding onto, and even sending in for professional grading. The difference in value between a worn circulation coin and a mint state example can be dramatic, which is why collectors check their 1988D quarters carefully, looking for signs of exceptional preservation, sharp details, and error markers. auction houses have recorded impressive sales for rare 1988 quarter errors and pristine high-grade examples, proving that even modern-era coins can achieve remarkable value when special traits or perfect condition are involved. For numismatists, this coin represents the exciting blend of modern design, unexpected rarity, and the thrill of discovering something extraordinary hidden in a pile of ordinary change, making it one of the most enjoyable coins to hunt for. Every collector knows the thrill of examining a coin under magnification, looking for subtle doubled letters, strange coloring, misplaced strikes, or unusual shapes. And the 1988 quarter offers all of these possibilities and more, making it a truly fun coin to explore. So if you ever come across a 1988 United States quarter, don't overlook it, because what seems like a simple coin from the late 80s might be hiding rare features, minting mistakes, or high-grade quality that turns it into a hidden treasure worth far more than expected. And now for the moment collectors wait for, because the rarest, most dramatic era varieties and finest high-grade examples of the 1988 quarter-dollar coin have reached an impressive value of $50,000. Specially, we're bringing you one of the most talked-about treasures in modern American coinage, the United States of America quarter-dollar coin from 1965, a coin that hides incredible history and even more unbelievable value in rare cases. This was the very first year that the United States removed silver from the quarter, making 1965 a year that completely transformed American coin production. And because of this major transition, some extremely rare and valuable mistakes were born, turning ordinary-looking quarters into collector gold. Even though millions of 1965 quarters entered circulation, only a handful contained the rare features that collectors hunt day and night for, and it is that exciting possibility of uncovering a transitional treasure that keeps coin enthusiasts searching every spare quarter they find. On the obverse side, George Washington's portrait stands as bold as ever. And when a 1965 quarter is found in high grade, the details in his hair, cheeks, and lettering shine with a clarity that makes collectors immediately take notice. The reverse features the powerful eagle with its wings spread wide, perched confidently on arrows and branches, and this classic design has remained one of the most iconic symbols of American strength and pride, especially when preserved sharply in an early clad coin like the 1965 issue. But the real excitement behind the 1965 quarter lies not just in its design but in the remarkable mint errors that slipped through during a major transitional year, errors so rare that even professional collectors dream of finding one. One of the most valuable errors from this year is the 1965 quarter struck on a silver planchet, a mistake caused when leftover silver blanks from 1964 accidentally mixed into the 1965 production line, creating one of the most legendary transitional errors in U.S. coin history. Another thrilling error is the off-center strike, where the design shifts noticeably to one side, leaving blank space on the metal, and these dramatic mistakes instantly transform a common 1965 quarter into a rare and eye-catching collectible. Some quarters from 1965 also show double die errors, where letters or design elements appear doubled due to a misalignment during minting, and collectors treasure these double details because they are bold, unusual, and extremely valuable. A very exciting find for collectors is the missing clad layer error, where the quarter's outer layer failed to bond properly, exposing raw copper and giving the coin a unique appearance that makes it stand out immediately from normal circulation coins. Die cracks from 1965 are also heavily collected, as these raised lines across the surface form unpredictable patterns caused by fractures in the mint dies, giving each cracked coin a unique character and making it a fascinating piece of accidental mint artwork. Another rare and highly prized error is the broad strike, where the quarter spreads outward due to a collar malfunction during minting, resulting in a wide, stretched appearance that instantly grabs the attention of collectors looking for unusual minting failures. Some 1965 quarters even show evidence of being struck on foreign planchets, a rare and surprising mistake where the quarter was minted on metal intended for coins from other countries, producing a lightweight or slightly off-color coin that collectors eagerly chase. Despite how common the 1965 quarter seems today, finding a perfectly preserved example with strong luster, and crisp details is far more difficult than most people realize. Because these coins circulated heavily for decades and mint state survivors are becoming increasingly rare, collectors especially appreciate 1965 quarters that still shine with nearly original brilliance, because most have dulled over time, and a bright, clean surface signals exceptional preservation, making the coin immediately more desirable. The jump in value between a worn 1965 quarter and one in pristine condition can be enormous, which is why collectors carefully examine every edge, every detail, and every reflective surface in hopes of discovering a perfectly preserved beauty. Auction houses have seen remarkable sales for rare era varieties from this year, especially silver planchet strikes and sharp double dies. And these exciting results continue to fuel the intense interest surrounding the 1965 quarter among numismatists. For coin lovers, this quarter represents the perfect combination of history, rarity, and the thrill of uncovering something truly extraordinary in a coin most people overlook without a second thought, making every discovery feel like a hidden treasure come to life. Every time a collector flips over a 1965 quarter under bright light, the possibility of finding an error, a transition piece, or a beautifully preserved gem makes the moment exciting. And this is exactly why the 1965 quarter remains one of the most hunted coins in modern numismatics. And now for the moment collectors wait for, because the rarest and most exceptional 1965 quarter dollar coins with transitional errors or exceptional condition have reached an astonishing value of $200,000. Last unique coin, we are focusing on a coin that may look ordinary at first glance but has captured the fascination of collectors everywhere. The United States of America $quarter coin from 1990p, a small yet potentially valuable piece of American history. The year 1990 marked a period of stability and change in American currency, as the U.S. Mint continued producing quarters for general circulation, but subtle variations and rare minting errors from this year have turned some coins into highly sought-after collector items. Millions of these 1990p quarters were released into circulation, making them common at first, yet some coins carry hidden traits that make them extraordinary, proving that even modern coins can harbor surprises worth discovering. On the obverse side, George Washington's portrait remains strong and dignified, and collectors immediately notice that well-preserved coins display incredible detail in the hair, the facial features, and the lettering, adding to their numismatic appeal. The reverse design of the quarter shows the iconic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and perched on an olive branch, a symbol of strength and peace. And when these details are crisp and fully struck, they elevate the coin from everyday change to a collector's gem. The true allure of the 1990p quarter lies in its potential minting errors and rare varieties. Mistakes that are highly prized because they are unusual, unpredictable, and often spectacular to behold, creating excitement for collectors of all experience levels. One of the most fascinating errors is the double die variety, where letters or numbers appear doubled due to misalignment during the minting process, and collectors love how these bold, doubled features immediately catch the eye under magnification. Off-center strikes are another thrilling rarity, where the coin is not struck perfectly in the center, leaving part of the metal blank, and the more dramatic the shift, the more valuable the coin becomes to collectors who chase unusual errors. Some 1990p quarters also display die cracks, thin raised lines caused by fractures in the minting dies, and each die crack creates a unique pattern, giving the coin a one-of-a-kind character that makes it highly collectible. Another intriguing error is the missing clad layer mistake, where the nickel coating fails to fully bond, exposing the underlying copper. And these dramatic visual differences make such coins stand out immediately in any collection. Collectors also search for broad strike errors, where the coin expands outward due to collar failure during minting, resulting in a wider, flatter coin that is extremely rare and visually striking. Some 1990p quarters show small planchet errors, such as clipped edges or uneven surfaces, and although these errors might appear subtle, they are highly valued because each one is unique and cannot be replicated. Even without errors, high-grade 1990p quarters are surprisingly difficult to find today because most circulated heavily, and coins with original mint luster, crisp lettering, and clean surfaces are treasured for their preservation and visual appeal. Coins that retain their bright shine from the mint are especially sought after, because most quarters naturally dull over time, and discovering one that still looks fresh is a collector's dream come true. The difference in value between a well-worn 1990p quarter and a mint-state example can be enormous, which is why collectors meticulously inspect every detail, hoping to find coins in exceptional condition. Auction records show that dramatic mint errors and top-grade examples from this year have sold for impressive prices, proving that even modern quarters can become highly valuable and desirable collector pieces for coin enthusiasts. The 1990p quarter represents a perfect combination of everyday familiarity, historical context, and the thrill of discovering hidden rarities, making it an exciting coin to study and hunt for. Every time a collector examines a 1990p quarter under bright light, the possibility of finding subtle doubling, off-center strikes, or other minting mistakes keeps the heart racing and the excitement alive. Collectors enjoy inspecting the coin from every angle, checking the edges, the strike, and even the tiniest details. Because it's the hidden differences that can turn an ordinary coin into a rare and valuable gem. So if you ever come across a 1990p United States quarter, take a closer look, study every detail, and appreciate the chance that it could be a rare high-grade coin or an rare variety, a piece of history worth far more than face value. And now for the moment every collector dreams of, because the rarest and most exceptional 1990p quarter-dollar coins with mint errors or perfect condition have reached an astonishing value of $45,000.